Hello guys, this is Brian here with a big warning video for those who are fixing to file your 2014 income taxes and received a healthcare.gov plan or a state exchange plan. So here is my warning, and you may not know this. Uh, they will be sending you a special form called a 1095A, either from the state or from healthcare.gov. Now, somebody asked me what is the difference from a state exchange and healthcare.gov federal exchange. The federal exchange was set up for in case some states did not participate or make an exchange. For instance, just like Texas. Texas did not do a state exchange, so they dumped us out on healthcare.gov. So that's the difference. If your state did exchange, you go to your state exchange. If your state did not make an exchange, you go to healthcare.gov, that disastrous website. Okay, let me explain why you can't do your income taxes without this form. This is going to tell the IRS, which is called the 1095A form. This tells the IRS the type of plan you received, the amount, what the plan cost, what you paid, and the subsidy you received. So if you didn't report your income right when you did the applications for these plans from back in 2013 and this year, this is how the IRS determines if you owe the money or not. Because if you underreported your income and turned out to you make more money than you anticipated, like I did, you may owe the IRS money. Luckily, it was just $100 for me, and I get a tax refund every year anyway, so it just deducted $100 out of that anyway, so no big deal for me. But if you really underreported your income significantly and you made a whole bunch of money, because people's income changes year to year. My income is never the same year to year. I make it very different from year to year due to circumstances, medical surgery, reduced work hours, and so that's why this is why this whole Obamacare sucks. They jack up the insurance price so damn sky high, nobody can afford it without any kind of subsidy. So if you report your income like you think it's going to be and turn out to make a little bit more money than you anticipated, that's how that fixes that problem. So there are people out there that thought, oh boy, we're gonna scam the system. We're only gonna make. I think the minimum on the healthcare.gov was like 14,500 in order to get the largest subsidy out there. I read. So people thought, oh boy, I'm gonna report that, and turn out to maybe they made about $25,000 to $30,000 in reality. And sure enough, if you did not really qualify for the subsidy, the IRS will ask you for that money back, and that's how this Form 1095A comes into play. Now, if you over-report your income, meaning you reported more than what you may make, and in reality maybe you made $5,000 to $10,000 less, and didn't get a very good subsidy, the IRS will owe you money. So that's the purpose of this 1095A form. So you cannot file your income tax without this form. If you do, I don't know if you use tax software like I use TurboTax. So I don't know how you will bypass that. But you have to have this form to file your income tax. It's called a 1095A. I'll post all the information I have below so you can read up on it. But this is only for the people who purchase a healthcare plan through healthcare.gov or you state exchange. So you either get this form online once posted to your account. It is a pre-filled form that the government fills out, like a W-2. It has all your information on it. So you gotta make sure you got to have that form printed off and read it and enter it into the, for instance, I use TurboTax, so I enter it into the TurboTax software. So be very careful and call the healthcare.gov said they were supposed to be mailing these out sometime in February, but mine was posted online already to print off. So if you have a state exchange, that may be on your account already instead of being mailed out. So another disastrous thing coming to us, and just be careful, folks. I don't like this one damn bit. I think it's another way to ruin people's lives. But like I said, in my certain case, I underreported my income by a couple $1,000s and made a little bit more than I expected to make this calendar year. did you a raise and bonuses and things like that. And luckily, I just had the $100 pay back, and it really just deducted out of my tax refund anyway, so nothing really out of my pocket. So hopefully, this really, who can guess their income? For instance, you do these forms to fill out for insurance for the next calendar year around November or December. Who really knows their income is going to be in the future calendar year? Nobody knows. Certainly, I don't. I mean, my income's never the same. So if you have any questions, comments, please post them below. For those who not very comfortable doing taxes by hand, the paper forms, which I don't know anybody who ever does that anymore. I haven't seen nobody done that in 15 years. But the easiest tax software I have found is TurboTax. Now, here in Texas, we don't pay no income tax here in Texas, so I just get the federal deluxe version because my whole family uses it, and you can use you can do multiple returns on this. And I think this was $39 at Office Depot. They're going to sell pretty close beginning of the year around 8, because today's just January the 23rd. So this was on sale $10 cheaper than it was before the end of 2014. And my neighbor thought she had to get the one that says federal and state. And I told her, well, no, we don't. Here in Texas, we don't pay no income tax, so you don't have to pay the extra money for the state. For the state. So if you don't read this part, be very careful, because you might end up with an expensive version of tax software you absolutely don't need. One time we used Tax Act. That was garbage. H&R Block, I don't know what was wrong with it. It froze up my computer was brand new, and it was just freezing up all the place. So we just found TurboTax was the easiest and most user-friendly questions and things like that. So, and they're not very expensive. But like I said, be very careful. You can't file your income tax without this form, and another intrusion of our lives. If you have any questions, comments, please post them below. Love to hear from you.